have one, because otherwise your needs are never considered at all by anybody, including yourself. If you don't have a carer's assessment, you're almost an addendum to what's happening to the person that you care for and to social services, and you're a nebulous part on the side. You could be anybody, but if you have a carer's assessment done, it's almost a recognition that yes, you are the carer and you do have needs for yourself, for social services, and also for the cared for person as well.
It'd be nice if they revisited it, even just once a year. You know, now we're sure you're okay. Can we come and see to your needs?
Someone has left home and has grown up, because when he was a student and he was around and things like that, it's just another member of the family, and you know, we're going out, you look after your sister, you know, can you take her to such and such? And now that he's not here, well, I'm going here, how is she going to get to there? What are we going to do? And she's, you can take her on the bus and I'll come and pick you up later, and those sort of things. And it's making us think, well, yeah, in 5 years' time, or if the weather's bad, even this year, how are we actually going to do things to get her to places if she needs a hospital appointment, if she needs this? To do with her changes in circumstances, not necessarily because she's got older, it's because our family's dynamics have changed, and it's made us think we need to do something. Not now necessarily today, but something soon, to make sure a situation's normal.
I mean, going back a few years, we would have actually probably asked for them to talk to Alex anyway, as a young carer.
Yes.
We didn't really sort of recognise that he was a young carer at the time.
Yes, at the time, yes. And I think it would be useful, possibly to have some sort of support there, simply because, as you yourself know, carers never consider themselves, and they always do. So somebody there just prodding you to sort of say, have you thought about this, have you thought about that? Or even to have done that prior to somebody coming would have been useful.
Yes, a pre-interview
yes.
or chat through.
Yeah, with maybe somebody from the carer centre, or some form of support or whatever beforehand. So I was saying, you're going to be having this, think about this.
Don't forget to ask.
Would be quite useful.
I asked for a carer's assessment when, not at the very beginning, but when we more or less knew what we wanted to do and things like that, because we thought it would be useful for the whole person-centred approach to let everyone know where we were in this as well. Our needs, not just for now, but in the future as well. We never saw a future with myself and my husband still being the carers. We'd always care. We obviously always want to be part of their lives, but we wanted them to be independent of us, and we wanted our own lives at the end of it. You know, we didn't want to get to, 60s, 70s and still doing the caring role. So I asked for a carer's assessment. The future was discussed as part of the assessment, and I think probably because I've got a good handle on it, that perhaps they thought I've got it sorted anyway. You know, because we did have the person-centred plans in place. I don't think we had the individual budgets at that particular time, but we did have direct payments, so they probably thought that that was all in place as well, you know, and sorted, that we'd all actually done ourselves.